Welcome back to Maine Tiny Homestead. Today we have to cut off the garlic scapes from our hardneck garlic. So here's my garlic patch. It's a 4x4 in this 4x8 bed. I have about 72 garlics in here. And you see these long things that are sticking up here? They're actually edible. And we have to cut these scapes off because it's throwing up a flower. And you don't want the garlic to flower. It reduces the size of the bulb as it puts all of the energy into the flower. So what we're going to do is just cut these off. So we're going to go down to the base of where it's growing and then just snip it off. And that's all there really is to it. And the whole part of it is edible. I don't eat the flowers, but I eat the stalk part. And you just cut them all off. So, I have 72 of them, so there's a lot of them to cut off. And it makes a good pile of them. This is what it looks like after they're cut off. And you want to go back through and really make sure you got them all. Because like I said before, if you leave the scape on, it would reduce the size of the bulb. There is an old wives' tale, though, that if you left the scape on and when it uncurls and straightens back up, that's when it's time to pick the garlic. I did that one year and I only left one on, so I didn't reduce the size of all of the bulbs, and they weren't ready to pick. I didn't think. I usually leave them in for a couple more weeks after that. So I don't use that as a guide anymore. So cut the garlic scapes off for bigger bulbs, and then you can harvest them. There's really a lot of great things that you can do with these scapes themselves. I'm sure there's a million different ways how to use them, but I know of a couple of different ways, so I'll tell you them. So really the first way is that you can just eat them raw. The stalk all the way up to the flower, just slice them up real small and add them to your salads or any dish that you're making. The second way really would be to cook them, so then you can stir fry them and add them to anything. You can even put them in soups. They have a slight garlicky flavor. Obviously, they come from the garlic. And then the third way would be to make pesto. You really need a lot of them to do that. But I've tasted other people's pesto, and it's really great. I have not made that yet. Usually, I just freeze it and use it whenever I want to. So remember to cut your garlic scapes for bigger bulbs and use them in your next dish. Thanks for watching Maine Tiny Homestead.